The 2011 presidential polls seem destined to be decided by the candidate who will best cast his political chips amongst the volatile electorate, electorates whose current preferences are hard to predict, according to pundits. As the two perennial rivals, incumbent President Yoweri Museveni and Dr. Kizza Besigye, square up for the third time in a row, they'll want to demystify the theory that they can perform better in traditionally hostile areas, the west for Besigye and the north for Museveni.
Competitive issue areas are going to be Buganda, Busoga, and Bugishu. Now they think that the north, they are going to get something. I think they should forget that.
Since that you know where Museveni has always been leading, you know where Museveni has always got a protest vote, you know where Besigye managed to capture that protest vote. Look at the north, the hitherto no-go area for the president. Actually, for us in the west, we mobilizers for the NRM, we are really worried. We are struggling to make sure that our rallies match the ones in the north.
Museveni hopes to ride on the wave of restoring tranquility in the once war-ravaged north to make inroads, while Besigye, the doyen of opposition politics, will bank on the growing support of influential politicians in the area like Major General Mugisha Muntu and Amanya Mushega to court the west. But analysts say the volatile eastern sub-regions of Bugisu Busoga and the historically fickle Buganda hold the key to the man who will straight through the gates of State House in 2011, but it will require political acumen to win them over. In 2006, Museveni won in the sub-regions of Busoga, Bugisu and Buganda by not so large margins and would need to replicate the same consistency with a slightly improved performance in northern Uganda to extend his legacy as long as the status quo remains the same in the west.
We lost the municipality of Mbale. Busoga we shall win. There's no question about it. It's a movement stronghold. Of course, the opposition is having no capital at all. They have no issues to advance. They are only advancing our own controversies of NRM.
While analysts argue that if Besigye could rely on the political mistakes of the ruling party in Buganda and the debacle over the Bugisu Cooperative Union and make inroads in the west, as long as his support in the north remains unshaken, he could herald the end of Museveni's legacy. This is the kind of arithmetics political watchers will keep revising as the two rival candidates rest for supremacy in fabled territory. However, both candidates hope to exploit the fault lines in each camp. Museveni, the fissures within the opposition, and the peace rhetoric in the north to undermine his rival.
So really, what are you? Why are you coming together? When you start fighting for certain positions, instead of agreeing that, okay, let's put an appropriate candidate. Among other reasons is that people feel frustrated when they don't see the opposition coming together because they know the government in power, incumbency in African settings, has got all the advantage.
Well, Besigye will use the recently tabled bill on traditional leaders to interpret it as an affront on the Kabaka, a message deeply embedded in the psyche of the Waganda, and quote Bugisu, where the NRM, according to analysts, made a miscalculation to upset the apple cart. Because,
for example, now they have brought a law about the traditional cultures. If Museveni was a politician, this is not the time to bring that law. The Mafavi issue. If Museveni was a politician, this is not the time to handle Mafavi.
The trump card, of course, at the political level, I think Besigye maybe has got Buganda on its side. The Subi movement could give him some support.
I don't know whether he's able to do that. If he wins Mengo, yes, he could have a chance.
I see NRM continuing to lead Buganda, maybe put a margin of loss of about 3% with the controversies which controversies were engineered by the opposition to portray NRM as to be anti-Mengo, which is not true. Maybe give an allowance of a -3 to a -5% loss, which will still put us in the lead. Defeated the other, Saddam Musumba was defeated the other day. Nandara, my friend, Nandara Mafaba, my chairman, is under cutthroat competition from the Minister of the Presidency. He has no time to roam over Bugisu. So I want to assure you that where you may think that the role Nandana played in the other election of roaming around Bugiso and perhaps Bukedia to canvass support for the party.
And unlike the last race, this one has not been beset by violence. Besigye with his patented hoarse voice and Museveni with his famous rap, Yes Sevo, the corrupted version of his name, continue to hunt for the precious 50% to win the 2011 presidential poll on February 18th. The festive season will give the two main rivals and their campaign strategists a chance to re-strategize, address flaws and loopholes. However, pundits are saying that whoever wins the 2011 election, he will have to prepare better political gravitas. Emam Taizibwa, NTV.